Hello, welcome to the review rant random for 13 Fanboy. No, it's called 13 Fanboy. That's my dog Hire in the background. Hello and welcome to review rant random. And I just thought I'll do this quick video and get it out there. I haven't done a review rant random for quite a while, so that's 13 Fanboy. So I've followed this for a while. Obviously I'm a big follower of Corey Haim and Corey Feldman movies, and unfortunately Corey Haim's no longer with us, but it's always interesting when Feldman has something on the cards, and I followed this one for a while. Didn't think it was ever going to get a release. It seems to be a Kickstarter funder because there's a lot of executive producers at the start, because there's like 100 grand to get this going. Friday the 13th fans always following masses, and it's a new Friday the 13th movie is long overdue. Even if they did something that exists in the same original timeline, I would still go and get to see it. I think all the stuff going there, I think a lot of people would love to make a movie like this. You know, the formula is always going to work. You know what I mean? Jason and the characters and the evolution, it's maybe what we want to see, but until then, let's see what happens. Hiking in the snow, never hike alone, obviously is a fan film, so a great cool concept that is mentioned in this as well. So there's a lot of fans, there's a lot of YouTubers, and there's a lot of cast from the original films. Now Dee Wallace is the main star of this movie, and I believe in where the maybes were going for this, kind of like a Betsy Palmer role. Dee Wallace has no real association with the Friday the 13th series as an actress. She's appeared in a lot of movies, including Frighteners and obviously E.T.'s mom. Well, not E.T.'s mom, you know, Elliot's mom. And actually met her before at the horror cons, and she was really, really nice. Unfortunately, I never got anything signed. I just bumped into her, and she was dead polite. You know, just a breeze of air. That's the dog sneezing in the background. I've met Kane Hodder before, and I've met Corey Feldman. They're both in this movie. Kane Hodder, I wish I had more time for Kane Hodder when we met him. Like, it was dead early on when I met him, and he was such a nice guy, and he was loving the fact that I had a Jason tattoo. Hopefully I will meet him again sometime down the line. And Feldman as well. So I thought Feldman, and not being a spoiler here, but I thought Feldman might have been the killer, because Feldman's hinted a few times he would want to come back as Tommy Jarvis and, you know, go a bit sane. If anyone's seen Evil Obsession, mid-90s movie with Feldman, where he turns into the proper creep. He can be a proper creep when he wants to be. But he turns off as this really whacked out producer, and it's weird because he's like one of the only people who doesn't play himself. Here comes the dog flying past. Now this is directed by Deborah Voorhees, who obviously got cast back in the days the dog shakes her head. For a name, you know, the Voorhees name. So there's a lot of actresses you'll remember. A massive shout out to Crystal Lake Memories as well, is something I've just recently revisited, with it being released in the UK on 101 Films on Blu-ray about 3 or 4 years after its DVD release. So this 13 Fanboy hasn't been released in the UK yet. It probably will. There's a lot of horror films coming out on a weekly basis over here that there is a place for this to be released. Obviously they haven't got the franchise name of Friday the 13th, so it's called 13 Fanboy. For 100k mind, the day for night, I hate day for night. I kind of was disappointed for what this was. I understand why a lot of it happened. I mean, Kane Hodder wants to have a nice fatal death, you know, and cry in someone's arms asleep. Feldman's just doing what he does. A lot of stuff's filmed around a Comic-Con convention, a horror con, so you see a lot of fly on the wall kind of, like, you know, off the shoulder cameras, which is pretty cool. And it's really cool, like, how you get these guys together and film scenes in the lobby. That worked for the movie. There was a lot of backstory going on and introducing new characters, which I didn't really care for. Not characters, but like a side story that didn't really seem to fit. The stalkism wasn't too stalkism, and the gore effects weren't over the top. I think this film could have went over the top and it would have been alright. They do try to ground it a bit. There's one bit flicking through the chapter selections, because it doesn't have a chapter selection. I was skipping just to, like, really, because the ending was really weird without spoiling. I was like, what? So I had to rewatch it a bit. I don't know if I just blinked and I was a bit asleep for a minute, but the jump between like 1 week later, then a day later, and the both fonts not being centered, especially like skipping through chapter selections on both of them. There's my dog. Hey, stop! Like an air over there. Shh. But again, the concept I enjoyed. I don't think the execution was totally mint. As I say, it just creeped along. I like the song 13, so it did have some originality going for it as well. I just think this could have been a lot more. I think a lot more and push for a lot more, and it could have been a lot more creepier, I think, in a way. I want it like, dog, stop chewing stuff in the background. On my baseball bat, I don't chew the baseball bat either. It's so heavy. But yeah, if horror fans, Friday the 13th fans, definitely needs to be in the collection with the rest of the movies. I just think it could have been more. It could have been a lot more. Shout out to everyone who got involved, the Kickstarters. As I say, I think it deserves a DVD release, but I think it needs a little bit more. Like not having a chapter selection is one thing. For fans in the UK of this or interested in this, it did work on a standard Blu-ray player here in the UK with it being American import. Some normally work, some normally don't, but this one worked. But yeah, as I say, I watched it, thought it was going to be a little bit more, but again, I just thought I'd shut the camera down, throw my opinion out there and maybe connect with some people who enjoyed it and fans of Friday the 13th, you know. Warren, let's get a new film coming back, because I went to see Jason X at the Pictures and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The experience. Well, I went to see Friday the 13th, the remake, when I remember I had a date and she sat with a coat over her head all the way through the movie, and that was an experience to watch people like witness horror films like that. But sadly, we were the only two people in the film, and I think it was only a couple of days after it came out. So yeah, anyway, big love for Friday the 13th. 13 Fanboy, not a bad little effort at it, as I said. There you go, boom, boom, boom. That's the cover, funky mask. So there you go, Desktop Entertainment, Voorhees Films. Not rated, 1 hour 40 minutes. Yeah, I would have brought it down a bit. Just get a bit weird with the alternative movie they're trying to make. But yeah, see you in the outtakes.
Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling?
Hello and welcome to review Rant Random for 13 Fanboy. No, it's 13 Fanboy, dog. Quiet. Quiet. Oh, this definitely outtake. The camera really went off the kitchen bench, so there. I haven't got no light going on, so there's Jason in the fish tank. The fish have long died, guarded by man thing and swamp thing. They're the guardians of it. If you like what you see, me random waffling on, there's loads of that. But shout out to this movie. Kane Hodder and Corey Feldman both appear on the channel in different videos, so it's worth checking out the channel. If you're any kind of like that, anything kind of like that. But yeah, the camera's still rolling. That's the most important thing. Didn't drop it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.